Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, doing the final episode for our Witcher Sense to utilize with the gameplay ability system. Um, for many people, this may be overkill. Um, it's not necessary in most cases. Now, there may be situations that you're in to which you don't want the sense to be activatable, and if it is activated, you want it to turn off. Um, and I'll use this as an example. It likely won't be a thing in my game because we're likely going to have invisible enemies that can only be fought while in sense mode. Um, but uh, if you don't want your sense ability to be usable while in combat, you can have it search for a gameplay tag, and if that gameplay tag is currently on the player, then don't activate it. It's as simple as that. Um, and we want that functionality. We want to be able to determine what can be seen and what can be done when the sensibility is activated. So we are going to go ahead and do that. Um, and what we will be doing, I just want to state, is creating our ability and then getting it working. This episode's going to be very different from my other ones because usually I've already done it once or twice, so I know how it works. Yes, I've made abilities, but few and far between. I haven't done enough consistently for it to be committed to memory yet. So we're going to stumble through this together. I want you all to uh, feel and know that you're not alone in this. Now, I have my own base ability. That way, anything I make, if I need there to be a group-wide type thing, I can do it. So I'm in here, gameplay abilities. My gameplay abilities for me, Wonderscape Creations, Blueprints, Narrative Pro, Gas, gameplay abilities. So I would choose to sort things out. I'm going to right click in here, Blueprint class, all classes, GA underscore base ability, WC. GA magic sense. Now, I just remembered that for you guys, I went ahead and used the one that we made. Not interested in doing that. I want to make sure mine works completely and totally. So I'm going to change this one to overlay 1. I made some changes. I'm going to pause this real quick. All right, now I got everything changed back. We're going to go ahead and get this working in our gameplay ability. So let's go ahead and open it up. So we have event activate ability and event on end ability. So this is going to be pretty easy. So we will go ahead right here, because we're going to want both of these, because we're going to want it to not just shut off completely event on end ability. We're going to want to reverse it, force it to end essentially. So let's go ahead and do that. And it's going to be very, very easy if I'm correct. We just need to copy and paste all of our variables first. Then we can copy and paste our function. And then we can make sure it works. And technically, that's all we would need to do for now. But let's go ahead and take a look. Copy. Let's make sure it's that easy. One would hope that it is. Again, this is why I created the function instead of using the tick event. There isn't a tick event per se in here. I believe if you type in tick, you have no tick events whatsoever. I think we have a wait. So, I mean, there's plenty of weights that you can do. Like you could have it set on the input so you have to hold down the button. There's a lot you can do, but I encourage you guys to play with it. There will be a lot more episodes on abilities, the gameplay ability system stuff soon as I start on my magic system. Now that we are completely and totally done here with the variables, let us go ahead and copy our activate sense stuff. So we're like this. We're gonna hit compile, and we got hit with no errors, so we're good there. And we're gonna copy the function. There we go. Compile again. Awesome. Event on end ability. Now what we want to do is here in the activate ability, search for end ability. But we don't want it right there. Like I almost did it. Update sense. We want it right here. Whoops, not print string. Apply and save. Now let's go into our character here. I don't think that's what it's called. No, it's not. One second while I find it really quick, because I have an instance in which I did this. Never mind, I had that one starting by a gameplay event. So I'm going to put that right here. Disconnect that. Narrative player. Get narrative player state. There we go. If you're in an older version of Narrative Pro, I don't think this was a thing yet. So you'd have to get the player state and then cast to get the narrative player state. Ability system component. Technically, you don't have to do it this way if you just do get ability system component. This will work as well. I just thought about that after the fact. Ability. Try activate ability. So you have try activate ability and try activate ability by class. And by tag. Obviously, doing it by class would be by far the easiest. Magic Sense, so it's going to try to activate it. Which means we need to have it, obviously, before it would activate in all of these instances. It's not going to do it otherwise. Gameplay tag container. Looks like you would need to make an array of sorts to make it happen. Not something I'm familiar with. Ability to activate. This is the gameplay ability spec handle structure. Which obviously is not giving us anything. I'm curious though, so let's take a look. Gameplay abilities. Well, I'll take a look offline. I don't want to waste your guys' time because this will work. Compile and save. Now we need to go to where all of our abilities are stored, which is in our... It's easiest to find by going into our game mode, unless you know where your player definition is. Go into the player definition, look for abilities, ability configuration, and default abilities. Magic Sense. Hit save. Hit save. Look at that. And it's in. And it's out. And I can even... Oh, nope, it's not letting me do it after the fact. So we need to figure that out. Because if the ability is already active... Let's play around with this a little bit. At the very least, we know that it does indeed work. It's just this right here, this check is no longer necessary under this specific situation. So I just want to print string, compile and save. I just want to confirm. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I put that in the wrong spot. We can close that. I closed the ability. Let's open that back up. Print string, compile and save. We hit play. Yep, it's not playing anymore. Now let's take a look at a couple of things to confirm it. I'm tired of having to make this bigger every time. There we go. If we go into the defaults here, when we grant a set of abilities to the player, this is the input ability. Oh, cool. That's cool. That's an update that I didn't notice. Yeah, definitely be playing with that. So let's see here. So wait. There'll be a wait here. Wait input press. No. I'm going to pause it right here and find it. I don't want this to be an hour and a half long thing while we figure it out. I thought it'd be quick and easy. If you don't care about the transition loss, then you don't have to worry about it, and you can just end it here. Otherwise, let's get this this functionality working as we want it. Okay, so discovered an option that currently works. So we're going to go ahead and give that a try. I'm going to remove that. I don't need that there. So in the class defaults, there's an option here, re-trigger instanced ability. If true and trying to activate an already active instanced ability, end it and re-trigger it. Now, everything is still working as it should, so it may continue to work, but I'm going to do a lot more research into it, and in a future video, correct this if it's a problem. If you're wanting to add a gameplay tag, then in here you would then also add a gameplay effect. Right here somewhere. If it's not in here, you would need to add it like normal. It's not a big deal. I believe this is, yeah, a child of the narrative one. So yeah, that's everything that we have to do to go on. Like I said, now if I spam it, it turns off and on. And from what I can tell, keeps on working when it's supposed to. So, there you go. You now have an ability integrated and acting as it should, even when it's a gameplay ability. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in a future episode.